Hey Gor'goro, it's been a while since the two of us last talked. Here, I've got something for you. I place an amphora of oil for his combat gear.
Thank you, Vagrus. What would you like to talk about?
Why not tell me a bit more about your past? Gor'goro raises an eyebrow when I mention his past.
I've had a long history of tournaments, mercenary work, and duels. Not sure if there is a point in recounting all of it. Is there something specific you'd like to talk about?
Tell me a bit about the time when you were an arena champion.
This time. Yes, I was arena champion for a while after I was crowned victor of the Mercatus Games in Tor'Zag shelter. As you can imagine, that was a turning point in my career as a gladiator. Though even before, I was never without work for any extended period of time. But afterwards, many people wanted to hire me for all kinds of things. Display matches, intimidating their political allies, tournaments in the city or elsewhere, having a romp with their wives, you name it. Needless to say, I accepted some of the more respectful work only. This was years ago. I got into training folks and cooperated with Dryas until that unfortunate issue with his school.
How did you win the championship?
Couple of tough fights. No politics, just focus on combat. But showmanship also enters into it a bit. Having the crowd backing you in a tough fight can carry you in no small way, Vagrus, and it's also almost intoxicating. The last fight was a three-way battle between Cordo Bonebreaker, Vigia's Hidi, the Black Prince, and me. If I'm being honest, Cordo won that fight for me by going all in on the Black Prince. Some old grudge between the two. But three-way fights are like that.
Tell me, where do you hail from?
I don't usually talk about this. But I suppose you're all right, Vagrus.
He remains silent for quite a while still, before speaking again.
My tribe, the one I hail from, is no more. The few survivors were scattered to the wind and live by themselves far from Darkmoor, like me. Not sure there's a point in going into details. Suffice to say that we were betrayed during a period of strife and turmoil. But I wasn't there. I had a fallout with my brother and father, so I left to forge my own destiny. And so my father is dead and my brother, well...
He scratches his head and frowns.
This was years and years ago. The tribe that fought mine was also decimated, but in those days, we were betrayed by a warrior called Gor'goro, my father's right-hand man. He went on to become a renowned mercenary in the Empire, then retired. That never sat right with me.
And after?
I abandoned the tribe, and they are now gone. But that old fuck got out unscathed, despite being at the center of what went down. I kept thinking about avenging my people, about challenging Gor'goro, but the time was never right. I never got around to it. Lately, I've been thinking about this again. If I keep putting it off much longer, the old fart will peter out before I can chop his ugly head off.
But this time it's different. You have me and the Comitatus. The warrior snorts, but when he sees that I was not jesting, he narrows his eyes.
Tell you what, since I'd need someone in such a venture, with extensive experience with arenas and pit fighting, why don't we take our time and talk about that? Then we'll see. There is no rush. We can do this any time you want to.
Good. Keep training my men, and I will make sure every arena in the region knows our names. Have a good night, Gor'goro.
You too, Vagrus.
The first thing that comes to mind when I arrive is my order.
Ah, Vagrus. A pleasure to see you again.
Likewise. Has my order arrived?
It is here. Let me get it for you.
He goes to the back and returns with my book, bound in surprisingly smooth leather.
Here it is, as agreed. Saints and Demigods, Volume 2. This book has become a popular guidebook to the many lesser deities and proxies of the imperial religion. Most of them represent an aspect of the triumvirate, or a facet of the now lost elder gods, and the large majority of the empire's population sacrifices to them every now and then. Some were said to be mortals before ascending to their current status. This volume deals with Nox, patron of the night and thieves, Precepticus, patron saint of study and teaching, Laviena, patron of flora and growth, and the odd deified warrior Lavendius, who slew a terrible beast and founded the settlement of Sunrock.
Interesting. I would like to commission a new tome, one that delves into the plains beyond the Riven realms.
I believe I can obtain this, but it will come at a rather significant cost.
I am aware.
Very well. I should have it within a week.
Perfect. Have a good day.
One moment, Vagrus. Please forgive my, curiosity, but you strike me as someone who is on a quest for knowledge. I hazard a guess that it's the reason you have frequented this humble store.
I confirm to the shopkeeper that his assumptions are correct for the most part.
On a path of discovery, you are, it seems. But are you invested in preserving knowledge as well?
It is important, if we do not want it to be lost, and thus hidden away by certain high-ranking dignitaries.
Ah, very well. You are not alone in that noble endeavor. This place is all about books, of course, but there are others still. It just occurs to me that you might find an unlikely ally in an acquaintance of mine, the head librarian of Tor'Zag's Shelter's public library.
Could you tell me more?
I wouldn't go that far, but she is a consummate professional, which is something I greatly respect. Her name is Tertia Sartra, and she would be a great asset to your search in my humble opinion. I can put you into contact with her, and you'll see where it goes?
I must admit, you have piqued my curiosity. I'm listening. He kneels down behind his counter, mumbling to himself, then rises with a small book, bound in green leather. He puts it onto the counter and pushes it toward me theatrically.
My gift to you. Seek her out at the library, give her the book, and tell her that I sent you. Oh, and don't worry about the sign that says the library is closed. Simply enter and find her beyond the great vestibule.
Why do you do this? Xandros smiles for a while in silence before answering.
Let's just say that I am always invested in connecting seekers of knowledge. Say it is my calling.
The book only displays the title inside the cover, Custodis. I raise an eyebrow. I have heard of this volume before. It is infamous for being on the Imperial blacklist. Even possessing a copy is a felony, or worse, heresy. Spying my concern, Xandros smiles genially and leans on the counter.
Certain pieces of knowledge are worth the risk, don't you think? Tertia is someone who doesn't shy away from going behind the back of the authorities when the preservation of knowledge is concerned. Some of the greatest truths are hidden in this day and age.
I hide the volume on my person, wondering about this mysterious librarian and the heretical book I am supposed to give her. I realize that it has been several weeks since I last made a real profit. I linger at the market to make a delivery and take my time examining the goods on display. I managed to secure 2 strong contracts for the eastern region. I walk past the stalls and notice that 3 resources are available in abundance. I take out my notebook and compare the resale prices of goods available in abundance until I come across the price of bright kelp in Tor'Zag. Jackpot. I also check the prices in Lumen and quickly spot a good deal on chitin. I signal my crew and confirm payment for 3 stacks of bright kelp and 2 of chitin. If all goes well, I should make a very nice profit in less than a decade. I also take the time to hire a few more fighters. You never know. Several days have passed since the Battle of Skornar. I think it's time we talk. So, what are your plans now?
What do you mean, my friend?
Now that Falco is dead, what are you going to do? Skornar grows quiet upon the mentioning of Falco. There is a long pause, during which he just keeps staring at the darkness of the night, and I begin to think that he will not speak at all.
What he said before the fight really got me, my friend. It's hard to admit. Never thought I'd be so pissed off by such drivel, but here we are.
Falco knew exactly how to push you over the edge.
Yes, and now he's gone. Everyone around me seems to meet a sad end, sooner more often than later. And before I killed Falco, I realized that I don't really care. The only ones that were important to me are long gone. My kin, my family. I left that world and came here to this dark, fucking awful land.
There is a long silence following his confession.
Have you ever felt that you have no idea what you want to do? I'm sure you've never had such doubts. Me neither. For quite a long time, you see. Still, I wonder, what is it you truly want?
There are many things I desire, Skornar. But I must admit, I would like to explore the realms and uncover their secrets.
Ah, I understand better now why you're helping that woman tied to the demons.
Exactly.
I wanted many things, achieve many more, but time just sort of drifted away. I often feel that I never grew up, only grew old.
The two of us just stand there, pondering his words.
You know what? I think that I have to find them. My kin. Some of them might be alive. Of the ones I came to Zerin with, I mean. I parted ways with 2 of my cousins and a friend almost 2 decades ago. But I kept tabs on them while I was leading the gang in Avernum, at least for a while. I could follow those up and see what happened to them.
He nods a few times, becoming more and more decisive.
Yep, that is what I should do, my friend. Our journey should give me the chance to seek them out, right? First, I should find Sirter, my older cousin. He might know about the others. Last time I checked, he served at the Crimson Gate, having joined the dragons because he saw them as the most powerful faction out there. Can't blame him. We should visit the gate sometime and ask around.
Sooner or later, my contracts will lead us there. This seems to satisfy him for now. Good night, Skornar.
You too, my friend.
Before going to sleep, I decide to make a detour to see Ren Kylon, who spends his evenings studying ancient texts. I say nothing and place a tablet before him. He thanks me with a nod.
Ah, the Vagrus. Don't pay attention to Mistress Kandake. She's in one of those moods. Well, you understand.
I finally found the ingredients you asked for, even if obtaining a dragon bone was no easy task.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Ready to take the next step?
As always.
Now, this might be a little tricky.
Given what I've seen of her, I wonder how outlandish something must be for her to consider it tricky.
I have just read about an interesting experiment. One that will help in my research for sure. For that, I'll need copper, not the tricky part, and some pulvis phantasma, commonly called spectral residue. Tends to accumulate around where incorporeal undead dwell or perish. Do you think you can handle that?
I glance at her associate to make sure I understood correctly. He looks at me with confusion. I get the feeling these people want me ruined, asking me for such difficult-to-obtain components. It will be done.
Wonderful.
Having cleared some space in my cargo compartments, I can finally trade and sell my goods. My reputation in Lumen is well established, and I spot 2 contracts for Tor'Zag, and possibly a third for Devon. But I decide to check their stock of ceruleus crystal first. I have 3 batches of these precious crystals loaded, knowing they will sell well in the next city. Having a bit of space left, I take the last contract for Devon. I check whether any passengers wish to travel to Tor'Zag's shelter, all while thinking about how I'm going to obtain those damn spectral residues without losing any men.